Indifference is kryptonite to a narcissist, no matter how a narcissist encounters indifference. For narcissists, dumping you or discarding you is one of the biggest joys that they actually get out of their relationships. The narcissistic discard, though, is never the end of the interaction with a source of narcissistic supply. So dumping you is only a small event within the larger scope of the experience of the discard. You must remember that it is never about forming and or breaking attachments for a narcissist. It is about power and control all of the time. Deprive them of the pleasure, and I'm not being facetious here, they actually enjoy grinding you down to your bare nothing. They love depriving you of attention, and you must deprive them of their sacred narcissistic supply. If you want to get out of the relationship, or if your goal is to be discarded by a narcissist, but be very careful when doing something like this, because this could ignite a narcissist fury. So if you, like I said, if you deprive them of their vital narcissistic supply, this is a huge threat to the narcissist. And anytime you interrupt that flow of narcissistic fuel, they risk going without it. But more likely than not, they've got many secondary sources of supply, or at least one secondary source of supply that they can rely on, a dirty little secret, whatever it may be. They are addicted to narcissistic supply just as much as we are addicted to being with the narcissist. So a narcissist is completely dependent on supply, regardless of if you walk away or not. And it is a threat to them, even during their own discard, after months of abuse. And even if they are already seeing somebody else, anytime you turn your back on a narcissist, that is going to make the narcissist feel a sense of being threatened. Even still, walking away during the discard is not as pungent of a rejection as leaving the narcissist during the idealization phase, which is a bit more difficult, or leaving them during the devaluation. This adds to the sting of rejection, and this is a cutoff to their line of narcissistic fuel or narcissistic supply, and they do not handle one, rejection very well, and two, having their supply cut off or lowered down to a different level than what they are used to having. And they can actually have what's called a narcissistic collapse due to this. They live in a fantasy world where other people are extensions of themselves. And like I've said in all of my other videos, they view us as objects. This is common, this is narcissistic abuse 101. To a narcissist, in relationships, even in intimate relationships, there must be a winner and a loser to them. It can never be about the relationship just fizzling out because of incompatibility or some other non-judgmental reason, because narcissists acquire and dispose of partners to acquire status and security, to ward off vulnerability, so they're not feeling their own emotions. When a partner leaves them, there is no way around it in the narcissist's mind. So they are thinking, okay, I was going to discard this person anyway, but depending on which stage you leave in, I think it makes a big difference. So the narcissist, if you left during idealization or devaluation, did not win the relationship in their mind. This is literally just a game to them. Narcissists want to live their lives in an upward progressive type of manner, and above and away from everyone else, due to their sense of superiority. And do not underestimate how threatening this is, this cutoff, the sudden cutoff of narcissistic supply from somebody in the narcissistic worldview. For a famous example of this, consider President Trump's reaction to losing the popular vote. In his mind, any explanation, no matter how embarrassingly false that explanation was, even the allegations that millions of illegal aliens streamed to the polls to vote for his opponent, I mean, it's ridiculous. It is blatantly obvious to everyone else, but it does not matter to the narcissist at all. If you have been reacting to the manipulations, the raging, the gaslighting, and all of the things that come from the narcissist toolbox, for example, getting upset and arguing with them, cowering, or acting crazy, a narcissist will suddenly become very, very confused if you do not react. Narcissists need constant feedback and constant attention, and they will take it in either a positive or a negative form. But if you use the gray rock method and don't observe and don't absorb, you will stump the narcissist. They won't know how, they will be beside themselves. They will try to do anything it takes to get you to take the bait, because they love it when you're acting crazy and arguing with them, crying, carrying on. They love all of it. So keep the dialogue to an absolute minimum. And remember this in conversations where things can get heated with the narcissist, especially in co-parenting situations. If there is a conversation going on that you don't want to be a part of, bring up tedious subjects like the weather or traffic, something really boring. If they try to bait you by raging and putting you down, gaslighting you, glance down at your phone and watch and say, oh, hey, I'm late for the dentist, see you later, and run out the door. No reaction. If they ask you how you are doing and how your weekend was, just say, just fine, thanks. And the weather is acting really crazy right now, isn't it? Clear blue sky, sun out, 75 degrees, and perfect. You know, what else confuses a narcissist is when you get on with your life. If you're busy when they call you, you take a while to text them back. It doesn't matter. If you're happy and not moping around the house while they're holding contact, it doesn't matter. Don't let them get under your skin. Get out and start doing the things that you love again. Start taking care of yourself. Slim down if you need to. Get your hair done. Get your nails done. Go for a workout. Do whatever it is that makes you feel good about you. Clean out your closet and try on some new clothes, maybe something you haven't worn in a while. Search for music again. And that is something that I've noticed that many of us as survivors of narcissistic abuse seem to lose, and that is our love for music. And we don't listen to our music anymore, and many of us were avid music lovers and when we met the narcissist, and we lost that due to the relationship with the narcissist. And this is something that is very, very important, a very important piece of information for me to pass on to you. So another piece of advice when it comes to not enraging a narcissist and not giving in to all of their tactics, agree with everything that they say, no matter how ridiculous that it is. It doesn't matter what they say, just agree with it. Narcissists love to bring up issues that or state beliefs that get a rise out of you. They already know how you are going to react, or they have a pretty good idea. So talking about things such as religion and politics are sometimes things that it might set a person off, and the narcissist is going to grasp onto that. Suddenly you are the most agreeable person in the world. And lastly, we have the big kahuna, no contact. This is the number one way. Not only is it the best revenge against a narcissist, it is what will ultimately set you free. Just drop off of the face of the planet. That's all you have to do. Block their number, block their emails, block any form of communication that you think that narcissist is going to use in order to contact you at a later date. No explanation is needed. If you have their stuff at your house, donate it, burn it, give it away. It does not matter. Obviously, if you have legal arrangements and things that need to be taken care of, children, sometimes this doesn't work. But if you don't, if you are not bound to a narcissist in a legal way, and you actually can go no contact, you are blessed beyond all measure. And I really, really want to push that point home. If you are entangled, once you untangle, block. The narcissist will, at one point or another, maybe not immediately, they will be in complete shock and rage when they figure this out. And don't worry, because they have already moved on and will move on again. Remembering that you can never change the narcissist and that the narcissist will never apologize to you or give you closure for all of the harm that they inflicted on you. Remembering that they enjoyed doing this to you. They looked forward to doing this to you. There is nothing that you can say or that you can do to make a narcissist stay, regret leaving you. It doesn't matter what it is. There's nothing that you can do. And everything that you try to do to save the relationship just pushes that narcissist away even further. But that is a good thing. And I know that it doesn't feel like it right now necessarily. It could feel like you want to go the wrong no contact. You want the narcissist to, you want to go no contact because you want to make your narcissist contact you or get in touch with you again. That is the wrong no contact. And while it may work in some situations, you are just putting yourself back into a very, very dangerous situation that is going to inevitably end. And that is 100%. You will never have a happy relationship with a narcissist.